What is going on, guys, and welcome back to the You Don't Know Ball channel. We are going into week 3. I'm as gassed up as ever. How about you guys?
These games may be a little weird, but I like it. It's football. I don't care.
Yeah, it's football.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever been more gassed up either, Dylan, honestly. It's just straight gassed up season.
There's a lot of close lines, too, which is interesting.
The highest line is what, 7?
6.
Chargers 7.
Oh,
against the
Chargers
Jags.
7.
6,
yeah.
7.
6
yeah.
and a half, 7.
Yeah, a bunch of tight lines.
It's cool with me. Vegas thinks they'll be close, which is fun.
That is fun. So we are going to be doing the pod a little bit different this week. We're going to run through some of the games that we think, hate to say it, less important. And then we're going to dive into, what do we say, 5 or 6?
6, I think.
6 games, and
Yep.
then we're going to
6
go in
big
depth
ones.
on it. So our first game being Kansas City at the Colts. It is 5.5. I am going KC.
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 It was a clean sweep, and this hurts to say because, man, I was high on the Colts before the season, and that looks horrible. I don't think they pull this one off, and they start 0-2-1, and probably don't do much after.
That is the unfortunate reality for Indianapolis fans. So the next game is the Bengals are going to the New York Jets. The Jets are +6 at home. The Bengals get their first dub this week, boys. How do we feel?
Yeah, I got to ride Cincy. They got to turn it around sooner or later.
Yeah, definitely going to ride Cincy here as well.
I'm taking Cincy too.
I thought you were going to go Jets
I
for a
thought
second.
one of you guys were going to
Yeah,
go
for
Jets
sure. That's
for
what I
sure.
thought.
Well, this is one of those games. Let me be clear to the Hot Jets Nation. Look, I wanted to, but I just, it's one of those things where I can't bet against Joe Burrow and the Bengals right now because I know they're pissed off. We know that they want to get back to that same pedigree they had last season. It feels like a good opportunity for them, so I'm gonna bank on that.
Wait, actually, I will add in, since he did go into New York last year and lost.
That's a great
That was the
point.
one fluke, I
I
feel
know. I'm glad you said that because I forgot to mention it. And that's the whole thing too. It's like, is lightning going to strike twice as far as that's concerned? You know, we ever love our lightning not striking twice, and probably not.
They did lose to Cooper Rush. So we'll see. We'll
Yeah,
see.
They really did.
We'll
They
see.
really did.
All right. The next game is the Ravens are heading to New England, and the Patriots are +2.5 at home. Got to go Baltimore.
Weird line, but give me Baltimore.
Yeah, give me Baltimore.
I'm also going to take Baltimore. I mean, Lamar's somewhat playing at an MVP level right now, and the Patriots are just in shambles. Baltimore is extremely more talented, and New England just doesn't seem like they have the juice. So I think Baltimore takes this easily.
A pissed off Baltimore team, too.
Pissed off Baltimore team. Good
Liking
point.
some Capri Sun over there in New England.
They need some Capri Sun.
They need something. They need some high. What is it? The high C. They need some. The
What do you think
Tropicana
Bill
over there.
Belichick
Can me and
drinks?
Tyler get a clarification on what's happening right now?
Well, he said that they don't have the juice.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
Patriots are lacking the juice.
I would have been cool with Sunny D.
Sunny
See,
D.
that's what I'm saying. That's the one I was really
All
going
sugar,
for.
all sugar.
When I said high C,
That's
that's what I
fire,
was
though.
going for. I
Sunny
can't.
D is fantastic.
No Minute Maid apple juice?
Well, I love
Who?
apple juice, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He probably
There we
does
go.
love that
Probably
shit.
some
weirdo.
weird stuff.
Cranberry.
Cranberry juice is gas.
That's cap.
What? Y'all are wild. All right, the next game, the Houston Texans are coming to Chicago to take on the Bears. Give me the Bears.
Chicago Bears.
I'm wilding out, I feel like, for this, but I'm going to ride with the Bears with you guys. It feels weird saying that. I'm riding with the Bears,
We
man.
love to have Dobbs on board. Bears all the way around.
This is a weird vibes game for me where it's just like, I don't really know what to expect. I think the Bears are going to come out with it, but I think they're kind of going to go back and forth, and then the Bears are just going to end up pulling it out. You know, Davis Mills looks like a comfortable quarterback. Hopefully Justin can play better. I think the biggest thing in this game, I think Dameon Pierce is going to eat on the Bears, and I think Monty's going to eat on the Texans. I think they're both going to have good games.
I think it's going to be disgusting back and forth.
Yeah,
though.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. All right, the next game, we have the Saints heading into Carolina. The Saints are -2.5. I am going with the Saints. Hopefully, Jameis is healthy enough to play.
Give me the Saints. I think I'm going to say either way.
I'm going Saints even if Andy's playing.
Saints. That's a sweep.
Yeah, I mean, Carolina does not impress me whatsoever. I think they start 0-3. Matt Rule's gone. Baker doesn't look great.
Hey, come on.
Yeah, sorry about that. And then even if they do play Dalton, I think the Saints defense, they can win them a game. I mean, it's fantastic all the way around. So, yeah, I think the Saints maybe slaughter them. Maybe.
Ooh.
I hope you're right.
Ooh.
I hope I am right too.
I hope you're right. It's been a while since I've seen a good just Saints slaughtering another team. But anyways, onto the Jags and Chargers here. This one, I got you. This is kind of a crazy one, Dylan. Take us away on that.
Yeah, I am going with the Chargers, obviously, but I think it's going to be a fun game. Like, I think the Jags can put up some points.
Oh, yeah. Give me the Chargers.
I got to go Chargers, though.
Chargers, but I'm afraid.
Wow.
See, that's the thing.
Oh,
That's why I want
Justin's health.
No,
a big
that's
thing too.
it's the thing is Chargers, but I'm afraid for that reason. But again, Jags, they are coming together nicely. They look functioning for the first time on offense. And how long has it been since we can? I mean,
Since
like
Bortles?
Since Bortles.
Is
It's
that
just crazy.
you guys? I mean, that's they're functioning better than that, right? I'm honestly like Jags are on the come up. So yeah, weird game, man. But still, give me the Chargers.
All right. The next game is the Rams are heading into Arizona to take on the Cardinals. The Cardinals are plus 3.5 at home. I hate the Cardinals so much. I don't think they're good. I think the Rams are going to win by a lot.
I don't like the Cardinals at all. Right on your page, Dylan. Yeah, give me the Rams.
I mean, you got to give me the Rams, but this is also one of those ones where I don't know in the weirdest way.
Kind of scratch. Yeah.
In the weirdest way, kind of nervous about it.
I'm taking the Rams. Just looking at this from a talent position based on, both teams here, I don't really think the Cardinals win in any aspect. Receiving, defense, offensive line. I mean, the Rams have them beat at pretty much everywhere, so I think this could get ugly.
Agreed.
Our next game, the Falcons are going to Seattle, home of the 12th man. Did I say the Falcons right? Yeah. I'm going to go Falcons.
Give me the Seahawks.
Give me the Falcons. Give me the Falcons for the first win.
Falcons, but I respect it, Tyler.
I do
I respect it too.
All right, here's my take on the Seahawks. If they're not playing in primetime or they're not playing against Russ, I just don't know if they're going to have that same juice that they had during the first week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that same juice was hardly enough.
Yeah, and it was barely hard. I can't even talk. Barely hardly enough. And Hackett pretty much gave the game away too. So I'm going to go Falcons just based off of they're running the ball very well. Drake London looks like a great pick in the draft. Maybe they throw the ball to Kyle Pitts a little bit more this week. I don't know, hopefully, but I think they get the job done.
Yeah, Mariota versus Gino gets the people going. I tell you
Yeah,
that.
amazing game.
Man, that's gross.
That's a blockbuster.
That is so gross.
All right, our next game is the Monday night game. We have Dallas heading into the Giants Stadium. The Giants are -1. I am going to go Giants.
Give me the Cowboys.
Yeah, give me the Cowboys.
We them boys.
Yes, sir.
Damn.
This is, I don't know. It's the Cooper Rush effect, maybe. I don't know. I'm feeling it too much, but no, which is gross. I'm kidding. But I think it's just I like their defense a lot. They're playing really well. Micah's still that guy. I mean, he'll wreck a game always. So, and please give CD Lamb the ball. My goodness. I hit a little bit of good week last week, but it's just like, I don't know if I start him or not. So it's giving me anxiety. And the Giants, I think they're on too much of a high right now. And I don't know.
They're coming down to earth a little bit this week.
I agree.
I think they
That's
do.
like part of my reasoning.
I think
too.
they do. I think they come down to earth.
I think you have to start CD.
Yeah, probably. But
Didn't he score 15?
Hey,
Yeah.
if you throw him
Like-
in the flex spot, that's just like a little disrespect. He's got to earn his way
I
back into the
actually
real
do that
lineup.
with my
I'll
players.
probably put him in the flex. Yeah, but I also have
He'll be
C-
thinking all week, like, I need to get back in this Tyler's lineup. Like, I
I need to get back to that wide
push
receiver
him a
one
little
role.
bit.
Yeah. Well, he's got to beat out Cup and Mike Thomas, and he's not doing that.
That's true.
Yeah,
So-
probably not.
That's exactly what he wants to hear too. Just exactly motivate him.
Please, I hope you hear this, CD, and you do something crazy.
All right, we're going to jump to the games that we're going to go a little bit more in depth about. The first one being the Bills are heading to Miami. Miami is +5.5. I am going Buffalo.
Yeah, I got to go with the Bills, man. They look like a train that can't be stopped right now.
Exactly what Tyler said.
Just trying to be original here. Pick Miami the last 2 weeks. I know they're going against the best team in the league, but I'm going to do it again.
Hey, they've treated you well.
Respect.
They've
Hey,
treated me very well
respect.
so far.
Like you
Miami.
said.
Miami's winning this game.
This one,
Okay.
it's going to be a great game, probably maybe the game of the week. But this is interests me in how the Bills defend Waddle and Hill.
Mm.
Are they going to send four like they did all opening night against the Rams? And if they do, I think they can get home because you got to put 7.
What was the stat? What was the stat with the Bills? They're like the second,
No, they're the lowest blitzing
Yeah.
team
but
in
they
the
have
NFL.
like the
But
second highest
pressure
pressure
rate.
percentage.
Well,
So, and I think they're
Can I
going to
point
eat
something
up
out to this? There's people that are not getting their credit that we need to give their credit to
I know
right now, right?
exactly who you're
Okay,
talking
look,
about.
because here's the thing.
Give
No,
Dubs the
because the
floor.
Bills, they did this, and we called it when it happened. There's probably, I don't know how many of you were listening when we talked about this at the time, like last year, the year before. But look, man, Gregory Rousseau, Basham, on the outside, Epinesa, the rotation. And then on the inside, you got all these guys, Phillips, you got Von on the outside. Look, man, they did this on their own will. This didn't just fucking happen on accident, all right? This isn't just some shit, all right? And if you're like me and you were on the Rousseau train, you were on the Boogie Basham train, this is no surprise. They did this on purpose. Coverage is the new wave against passing teams. You got to be able to cover a lot. It's exactly what the Bills are doing. This isn't on accident.
Yeah.
That's just the main point I wanted to rattle off.
Boogie Basham?
It's
Boogie.
Carlos.
Carlos.
Basham.
No, I know.
It's Boogie, yeah.
Carlos
But what
Boogie Basham.
Is that his actual nickname?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's what at Wake Forest. That
Oh,
was
yeah,
he
that was his thing.
When
Damn.
I learned of him, he was Boogie Basham. He
That's
wasn't
kinda
Carlos
sick.
Basham to me for like 2-3
Yeah,
months.
he was pretty
like-
cool at Wake Forest too. Yeah.
So realistically, how many points will the Dolphins score?
That's my thing. Is I was
because
going
we
to
know
say
the Bills can put up points.
And last
for
thing
days
I'm
with
gonna
Josh
say about
Allen,
this,
so
I'm gonna let you
I
guys
think it's
have the
going to be
floor.
on how much the Dolphins can score.
after this, I want you guys to have the floor because I have it on my rant. That's the thing is I think the Bills though. I love the Dolphins too. I think the Bills are still going to blow them out because that's how good the Bills are. And we love the Dolphins. They had a huge comeback last week. We've seen their vulnerabilities though. I don't think the Bills are going to choke against them. I think they're going to get out early and often. I think they're going to be able to sustain, keep it going. I don't
Yeah.
think they're going to fold like other teams have.
You said it best, early and often.
I had a dream about this game, and it was like 45-42. 45-42,
Oh, I would
just something
love that.
insane.
I would love that.
Also, something to keep a very close eye on is that Micah Hyde got hurt last week, had to
Yeah.
exit the game. If he's not playing, I think he's the glue that holds that whole entire secondary together. Like, he has been so consistently an elite safety in this league, and, if he's not out there, not a lot of continuity. Somebody else has got to step in.
That is a big, yeah.
And especially
Wow.
against receivers like Waddle and Tyreek, where you need that safety that knows where he needs to be every time. Like,
They might be able to take the top off a few times.
they might be able to take advantage of that. And I mean, if anybody is going to scheme up something to take advantage of that, it's fucking Mike McDaniel.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. You're right. But
So,
I
like-
mean, they'll lean on Poyer, and I don't
Mhm.
think Trey White's not playing.
I
Yet.
don't think he's back yet.
No.
No.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not sure. I haven't heard any news on him. So, I mean, that could be. Yeah, and their corners aren't like flashy.
So who ended
not
up
great.
playing the most at the cornerback too? Was it Elam or was it the 6th round guy?
I think it's been the 6th round guy.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
think
I
so.
know it was during week 1. I wasn't sure about
Oh, he's
during
on
week
PUP?
2.
He is out, yeah.
he's on Pup. Yeah, Pup's 4 games, I think.
Yep.
I also just want to say that I'm a big Mahomes guy. Josh Allen is playing way better than Mahomes or Herbert has, I think, through the start of the year. And it's just not even close.
not
Like,
close.
it doesn't even look like anyone can stop him at all.
It looks like it's just like I don't know. I feel like it looks easy to
It's
him.
effortless.
Yeah.
It really is
It
right
does,
now.
It does look effortless.
It's
to
how
me.
fast he's so fast, but he doesn't use it all the time. And it's like, so it
When
looks,
he runs the ball
and
too.
he's so tall, it does look a little bit more effortless than for everyone else, it feels
Right,
like.
he's so damn big, so it's just like.
But
oh.
then on Mahomes' best days, it's the thing is,
No.
it just goes back and forth. It's like, it's literally just like who had their best day most recently. It's like, that's just how we remember it. But
I just
we
think
know they're
that
both capable. For
Josh Allen has strung together 2 games where he's looked amazing.
I mean, against the defending champs and the number 1 seed last year. I know it's not the same time.
I think he has to be
No, it's not. But
quarterback power
something.
rankings. I think he's easily number 1 for me.
I
Oh, yeah.
agree.
Oh, no, as of right now, 100%.
Yes.
It's just like he's almost been playing the quarterback position like perfectly. Like he doesn't make any wrong reads. He runs when he needs to. He breaks tackles when he does get on the ground. He's got the biggest arm in football. I mean, I just think that there's nobody playing at a higher level than him right now. It seems like he's almost in the god tier.
No, he is. I think he is. Like, it's almost like he's untouchable. I also want to say this, and this might be taken out of pocket, but to me, Jalen Hurts is kind of playing similar to how Josh Allen plays, where he only really runs when he needs to, but he's like going to get the first down.
I
He's-
thought you were going somewhere
no,
else.
no,
with
no,
that
no.
one.
It's not even close.
I was
but
gonna go crazy.
the same style of play a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
You know what
I
I
get
mean?
what you're saying.
Like, they'll
Yeah.
call it quarterback power. He'll get like 6, 7, 8 yards. I just
Yeah.
know it's a similar style. I don't know.
They're both. I mean, well, Allen's obviously taller, but like
Yeah, no-
Jalen's stocky.
No other comps aside from the running, I think. All right, our next game. Look at that. Philly heading into Washington. The Eagles are -6.5. I'm going Eagles.
Yeah, I gotta go Eagles, but I think this could be a sneaky one.
I
Sneaky.
agree.
Sneaky rat dog.
Only sneaky because it's the division possibly, but I still think the Eagles are going to just give them work.
Yeah, I'm taking Eagles too pretty handily.
The missing pieces revenge game.
That's
Missing
true.
piece is
That is
Wentz.
true.
No,
He's had this
but-
circled for a long
Yeah,
time.
it is a big game. I don't know. I think it will be interesting. And I'm gonna say this to you, Connor. I was at work the other day, and I was really thinking to myself, when you said about Hurts being like a really dark horse MVP, it's like
No.
I was like, I was.
Oh, I
I'm
thought
on-
you were about to say Wentz.
I thought you were too.
No, Hurts.
Okay,
Oh, I
yes.
thought you were
okay,
saying
I
yes.
knew
Wentz.
he wasn't going there. I knew
Oh
there's
my
no way he
God.
lost
Okay,
it like
good,
that.
Good. Yeah, but you agree.
Like I'm like coming around to that.
You guys
idea.
thought he lost it like
So-
that?
I
Damn,
really,
Tyler, I knew you
I
didn't
really
lose it.
thought.
Did I
don't
say
know.
Wentz?
I knew you
No,
didn't
no,
lose
no,
it
no,
like
no.
that.
I just
They
thought
did hit
the
Petty
way
right
you were
there.
walking it up and leading it up, I was like, no way.
Oh no.
No, but you
Come on
agree.
now.
You agree. Hurts is playing at an MVP level right
It's
now.
at a very high level, yes,
Mhm.
and it has like surprised me kind of. But like I said before, and I think it was our first show, I was like, it all depends on him if they want to go far. And right now, he has proven everyone wrong.
He's doing it. And the thing is, the narrative is there. Like, he came from being, like, if you ranked all the quarterbacks before the season, you're not putting him any higher than 15. If he plays at a top 10 level, dude, the narrative is there that,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
he's most improved. He's what it looks like, the leading his team to the number 1 seed. Like, how can you not give
So-
him MVP after that? It's like a Lamar type of story.
Do you guys remember
Yeah,
what
facts.
I said about
Yeah.
Hurts? I don't even know. I think it was before the season. I was essentially on the train that he's such a good leader.
Yeah,
I
I
knew the
remember this.
Eagles were going to win games based off of that. And now he's playing like a top tier quarterback through the first 2 weeks.
Yeah, we can't.
It's kind of
over, like-
scary.
yeah.
So his biggest thing is obviously going to be consistency, but at the very least, I still think he's a great leader. I think he's going to lead the Eagles to a lot of victories. But like I said, if he's balling out like that, like when he hit that deep, was it Quez Watkins over the
Yeah.
middle for the touchdown? I was blown away. I was like, if he has that in his bag, it's scary.
Yes, I agree.
So here's one of the major points I wanted to say about this game because I think it's really interesting. And I didn't even think about this until we started talking about it, the whole thing with Jalen Hurts. So my thing is his development, right? Where I missed really hard on him and Josh Allen. Where you guys know my thing. Honestly, when they came out first year or two in the league, I was kind of like, I'm not sold really, and I don't really understand the big jump's going to happen. Here's where I think that I'm starting. What I've learned from this, and what I'm going to start putting a lot more emphasis on when I'm watching young quarterbacks. Right, a lot of young guys we think are going to make the big jump, and they don't. It's the guys that are hitting the easy stuff. They're hitting the sit over the middle. They're hitting the stuff that their coordinators are designed for them. Upper middle of the field, like in between the numbers, right? But that's the thing is with Jalen Hurts and Josh Allen. They were missing a lot of the easy dump offs and little of the things like that where you're like, what's going on? But Jalen Hurts was consistently and Josh Allen putting the ball outside the numbers in these weird throws where you're like, okay, they can really hit those throws. And that's what Jalen Hurts is one thing he always did that even when he was playing really bad, they made me shut up where I'm like, all right, you know what though? He can really make these nice throws outside the numbers where like
The flashes.
not a lot of QBs can do that. And once you and especially it's like you come in with the ability to make those outside the numbers throws. Then once you can start making the inside the numbers throws, the defense has to respect everything. And what we're seeing is, and now that's the name of the game is decision making and all these, and it's the simple things as far as just doing the right thing. If he can get the ball to any spot on the field and make the right decision consistently, his ceiling is MVP this season because we've seen what it looks like so far. And it doesn't have to be incredibly flashy. It becomes flashy when you're making the right decision consistently.
Yeah.
And that's what's crazy is it's the Eagles, man. They are Super Bowl contenders right now, no doubt about it. The way the O-line is playing, defense isn't even playing anywhere near the top of like level yet. We know that. I'll tell you right now, the defense still has plenty of work to do, but they're getting it together more. And the Eagles are a scary team.
I think you hit it right on the nail too, because he's been so consistent with his decision making. Everything has been perfect. And it's like, to me, it's going to be hard to uphold that. But even if it goes down to like 75% of what it is now, 80%, like he'll still be a very good quarterback this year. So it really is decision making. And I think his biggest improvement is the over the middle throws. Like AJ Brown's hitting that 10-yard in and the ball's right there in the money. And that's where he's played so well. So it'll be interesting.
I feel bogus. We were talking. It was basically just talked about the Eagles.
Yeah.
What the hell? Well,
you said you got to give the Commanders some love.
That's what I'm saying. This is not just the Eagles playing the Eagles.
Connor,
this is the Eagles playing the Commanders.
Connor can talk about the Commanders.
No, he hates
because I owed Jalen his dues because of what I used to never give him his dues, so I owed it to him.
I know, I understand, but I'm just gonna talk.
So how's this game gonna play out?
Yeah, that 6.5 is scary.
I don't think it should be 6.5.
That 6.5 is scary.
Maybe 4.
I think it's a division game. And
the Eagles are on the road.
Yeah, and they're on the road. Yeah, and I do love what the Commanders have at receiver. It is really cool to me.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Where do you rank them as far as receiver groups? I know that's a
Trios?
hard question, but just like vaguely.
It's a great question, honestly.
Just generally.
And it's an important one at the moment.
Well, none of them have really developed. I mean, outside of Terry, we haven't seen Curtis because he's been like hurt, but he's been playing well. If he stays healthy, I feel like 15, top 15. I mean,
well, I was gonna say even
10
like
maybe
closer to 10.
Yeah, but like I don't know. I would have to like go through all of them, but I think they can reach that potential where people talk about them more because they've got all. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If Dotson can play well, man, they can make some noise with the receiving, and obviously the Wentz experience, good throws and a really bad one, and then a good one and a bad one. I'll switch.
I don't know if the Wentz experience will ever stop though.
Yeah,
that's the one consistent thing you're going to get from the Commanders.
Yeah.
The last 2 times that Philly and Washington have played, Philly is 2-0 in both those games. One of the games they had 519 offensive yards, and now their team is only a shit ton better.
Yes.
So I'd make this line -10.
Wow.
Well, you also have to think they're playing Heineke and whoever. Like that's obviously an upgrade. Wentz is an upgrade.
Yeah,
Come on.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
so
fair.
like, yeah.
Are we ever going to
point.
see the Commanders play with a lead this year?
When they play week 1? Yeah, they had a lead.
Oh, they did?
Week 1?
Oh, they beat the Lions.
Jags.
Oh, I'm tweaking hard.
They
I
played
think
the Lions week 2.
that they might be in a different dimension from week 1.
Hard.
Well, I might actually. They were losing the entire Jags game though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They were down by
they
like
were
17.
down. The whole game they barely squeaked it out.
Am I tweaking then?
Yeah, you're tweaking because they were.
I thought they were up.
No, they were like the Jags were up like 17 at one point.
Yeah, I think it was 17-0. To be completely frank.
No, because I feel like that would have been more of a bigger story because it's a comeback.
No, that's what it was.
Yeah,
though.
was it? It was a comeback though. It was.
Man,
Here we go.
Yeah, they had
the lead. We're looking back live.
You said the Commander. Yeah,
I have a weird question for y'all.
What is the? Well, let's hear it.
Is Carson Wentz gonna just be like another like Ryan Fitzpatrick?
They were down 22-14.
Like that's what it feels like.
They were winning though.
Jags.
Oh my god, it's a great question because that's the thing is I've been thinking about this a lot too. Where it's like you're gonna provide enough value for somebody.
I was thinking about when they went up,
like someone.
Oh yeah, I'm
because
confused.
Someone's always desperate. Where they're like, my roster's good enough. I just need the quarterback. He might just be like the quarterback for all these like contending, but like not contending.
He forever will be.
What if it is? What if is Wentz the new Fitzpatrick? That's the question of the week.
Potentially.
Yeah, I could see it 100%.
Because it really makes so much sense. Like very similar play styles in terms of like boom bust. Like 1 week you're gonna love, 1 week you're gonna hate him. Like you're still gonna probably want him to come back if your team doesn't have the guy that, like ahead of more high draft pick.
I don't know. I think Fitzpatrick wins football games, and I don't know if I can say the same about Carson Wentz.
Oh my
God.
I'll be completely frank.
Come the fuck on.
He doesn't.
Wow.
What the fuck did you just say to me? Oh my God, what?
Don't you hate Carson Wentz?
Well, I'm just saying, Fitzpatrick was winning games? Where?
The Raiders Dolphins game where he got thrown in and he made those crazy plays.
Fitzpatrick did get cheated out of the playoffs hard. That's the most bullshit.
I'm just
to
saying,
10 wins and then no playoffs is some bullshit.
That was a ridiculous statement. That was ridiculous.
All right, how many of the games did Carson Wentz win last year? And how many did Jonathan Taylor win? Tell me that.
That's like asking
Carson Wentz actually
so
played
you have
decent last year.
like you have Michael Jordan on your team. You're not gonna give him the fucking ball? Like,
No, I'm not saying that, but
You
I'm
know what
saying
I'm saying?
Jonathan
Like-
Taylor won.
No, Jonathan Taylor. In that offense, like obviously he's
Wentz ain't no Scottie Pippen, bro.
I was having
Well,
this
I'm not
discussion.
saying he is, but like, I'm just saying, like, you're gonna get the ball to Taylor until you die.
I was having this
Wentz
discussion the
X
other night.
Scottie Pippen.
I was having this discussion the other night, and I need to make because it was with an Eagles fan too. And this is the thing. I think every Eagles fan needs to hear this. I think this is the truth because it's like this is the thing where it's like no matter what,
Jake.
God damn it.
Jake.
That's no matter where calls coming in, we got a lot going on. No matter what, look, this is the thing. No matter what, Carson Wentz put the Eagles in position in 2017. He put them in position to have home field advantage, to have the ring, and to go have that opportunity. So no matter how you want to look at it, Carson Wentz was a huge part of that.
Yeah,
It's like even though he wasn't like a part of that playoff run, he was a part of
Corey
having that
Doggy
home field
followed
advantage,
us.
and that's a huge thing.
I
In those
cannot-
games,
I
when you're
cannot- I
in those
cannot
games
believe
when you
that.
haven't
But he
won,
hasn't been that since
Well, yeah, but
2017.
I
no, but
still-
I'm saying that's my point is at least
When has
Carson Wentz put his
Fitzpatrick-
team in a great position to go win a Super
Please,
Bowl,
Lord.
and that was a huge like.
No. Tell me when Fitzpatrick has ever done that. Stop it. That was so foul and ridiculous. I can't believe
Look
you
at him.
said
He
that.
wanted to get a rise.
Yes, that was absolutely like atrocious.
All right,
Please,
let's
can
go
we
on to the
move
next
on?
game.
That was hilarious.
God, that got me sick.
We have Detroit heading into Minnesota. The Vikings are -6. Give me Detroit.
Disrespecting the Lions, honestly.
Right.
You.
Well, if we were doing spreads, I would probably take Detroit, maybe. But give me Minnesota. I don't know. They should win. They got literally embarrassed on
Fair.
Monday night. Like everyone saw it. Kirk Cousins Monday night. Yeah, everyone saw it.
I'm gonna totally disagree though. We ride with the Lions.
they got
Restore
a-
the roar.
Restore the roar.
Let's go.
I'm taking the Vikings.
Oh, heartbreaker.
Had to.
Hashtag restore the roar.
I think the Vikings will win, or they probably should win, but this is a game where maybe the Lions get the dub and put the NFC North on notice.
Maybe.
I
don't
can see
know.
it. I mean, honestly, I don't think it's far fetched to say at all because Minnesota didn't look that great against Philly.
Like pretty bad actually, and
Yeah.
it was a lot of Kirk,
Yeah.
but
Well, yeah, that was all Kirk, kind of.
yeah,
And Irv Smith.
yeah.
I think.
What a horrible drop.
Look, here's my logic on it.
It
And
was
it's-
like Christian Watson-esque. Sorry.
No, my bad, bro. But I was gonna say, here's my thing: is look, man, I'm really in on the Lions O line. Like, I think that until they prove me wrong, why would I doubt it? And like, I think they're just gonna keep this up. And I don't. It's one of those things too where there's a little bit of bias. I keep it honest. There's a little bit of bias going on here. But man, the Lions look like we said they look hot right now. I think what's the reason that they're not gonna keep it up? They're feeling it. You know, the culture is rising right now. And it was one of those things where, yeah, not that we got a little too high on the Vikings too early, but maybe, you know what I mean? Like, I think that, like, I don't know, like, you know, like Adam Thielen hasn't proven any second. Like, there's no production coming there. Like, Jay Jettis, he needs to do it all right now. And like, if the Vikings, if the Vikings are defending themselves, if the Lions can find a way, you know, to get like a good double cover on Jay Jettis pretty often, they find a way to close him out of the game. I can see them pulling it out. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's totally possible.
I think that the Lions, if they can run the ball, like you said, the offensive line, they can be in any game, like pretty easily too. So I don't really. So I guess I'll ask, why do you guys think the line is -6?
I think it's because I think Vegas is expecting
The
the
Vikings to
Vikings
come
to
out
bounce
hot.
back and come out hot. I think the lights aren't bright for Kirk. He's a friend of
Yeah.
those. We know that. So that's what I think. So, I don't know. It is pretty weird.
Expecting Kirk to bounce back too, to your point, like he normally does when he has like, yeah, I mean, I think it all makes sense. Like it does.
To me, the weakest part of this Lions team is the secondary. And Jeff Okudah has actually been playing very well, so I will give him his flowers. But playing against probably the best receiver in the NFL, Justin Jefferson, is a tall glass of milk for him to drink. And to be honest,
Very tall.
it's the thing is, like, if I'm really going into this game and I want to put my trust, I want to put my money, I want to put my pick on a team, I'm going to go Minnesota just because I think that passing attack is real. I think that they're only figuring out more every week. They saw it worked week 1. They saw it didn't work week 2. And they're going to find ways to get Jettas the ball. And that's all they need to do to win this game.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I'm trying to choose spots where I think there might be an upset, and I definitely think this is one of them. If I were to guess, the Vikings will win this game, you know. To your point, I'm very excited to see what Kevin O'Connell cooks up because I do think he's still a very good offensive coordinator. You know, it wasn't their night on Monday night. They should bounce back. You guys are right. I'm trying to find out what the over is here.
Like
I think that'd be a nice play.
like 44.5. I would guess.
No.
No,
Gotta be
I was
higher
gonna
than
say
that.
49,
48.
50.
Ooh, 50s?
I mean, the
The
Lions
Lions
put
put
up
up 35.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Vikings are a good
52 and a
offense.
half.
Wow.
I'm not
I-
really that shocked.
No, me neither.
Ooh, I mean, it's still like my brain is still function to like against the line. Like this, it's not fully there that the Lions like.
Yeah,
could
it's
be
still
good.
weird to you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
why I underestimated that. Like it's still not fully wrapped in my brain.
I get it.
No, I definitely still get it too. I mean, that's the thing is, like I said, a little bit of, I just have this weird underdog. I like the Lions. Like I think that they could pull it off. It's bias included.
I think so too.
I keep it real, I have to. All right, gang, we're back. Tyler had to go, scroll man shit. He just had to go. He had to leave for a little bit. He had to go address something, but he'll be back a little bit. In the meantime, we got Hunter right here. Shout out,
Yeah,
Hunter.
what's going
Let's
on?
go.
Hey, let's go.
What's
The
going
man
on?
behind the cameras, the man who makes it happen. But we're still here for it, of course. The show must go on. So, Dylan, take us away with where we're
That
starting.
was amazing.
You
You
thought
did
so?
a great job. Yeah.
I
That's why he's
tried.
doing the ad.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
All right. Our next game is the Raiders heading to Tennessee. The Raiders are -1.5. I'm gonna go Raiders.
I'm also gonna go Raiders.
I have to go Raiders, I feel like.
I'm gonna go Titans just to be different. I like to be like that.
You're so different.
I'm always different.
So
Diffy.
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 This is an important game for both of these teams. They're 0-2. This might make or break the season.
Yeah. I drafted Henry like the last 3 years of my fantasy, and I'm a big Henry guy. I avoided him at all costs this year. Watching him, because I would go out of my way to watch him. Watching him this year, he looks like a
It
different player.
sucks.
He's not the same guy, and like it just scares me.
Who did he get trucked by?
Some
Laid out
mini ass
by.
dude.
Generic.
It was like
He
a
didn't-
random dude,
yeah.
right?
He had the regular
I
fit
knew
on,
who
no
it is, and I
extras.
just can't
right?
remember
He had
who it
no
was.
field
The
swag.
Giants or
No
the
field
Rams?
swag.
It was on the Giants. It was the Giants. I don't know why I can't remember who it was. But yeah, no, to your point, Hunter, that was one of my notes I had where it sucks. I have him on one of my fantasy teams, one of my money leagues. So, but yeah,
Dynasty.
yeah, I have one of my dynasty leagues. But it's just one of those, where he looks like he hasn't lost all of the steps. He lost a step. It's for sure. And I think it's a part of the fact that the O-line lost a step. The receivers lost steps. They kind of just all lost a step together. And it's just kind of tough to watch right now. And talk about this. I mean, the season is being on the line. This is one of those games where for one of these teams, it pretty much really feels like it's on the line right now. It's really hard to bounce back from 0-3, especially when for both these teams, expectations were so high.
There were. That's true. And the part about this game that I think makes me okay with taking the Titans, because I don't think anybody would really say that. There's a little bit of familiarity between the coaches, and not a lot of people know about
Oh, true.
Vrabel.
I did not even think of that.
And what's his name?
McDaniels.
McDaniels. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there's a little bit of familiarity
With
with
the S.
McDaniels and Vrabel.
Yeah,
you know?
McDaniel got you messed up now. It's like, oh gosh,
It's
this
like,
is
oh my
McDaniel. I haven't had the same problem. Like,
But yeah, I mean, they both were in New England for a very long time. They know each other very well. And I really hold Vrabel in a high regard as a defensive play caller and just a head coach. So I think it's going to be a lot gritty of a game than people think.
So Vrabel has been able to lead them to the playoffs, I think, in like last 5 years. Has he been there for 5 years?
It feels like he's been there probably longer than we think.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
agree. So it's been like 4 or 5 years the Titans have made the playoffs. Do you think they've had a better team in the past? Do you think he can not necessarily make the playoffs because it's difficult at 0-2, but just get them right where they're like, I don't know, 7, 8 wins?
They haven't had a losing season in like 7 years.
Yeah.
Nobody talks about that, but the Titans haven't had a losing season in 7 years. And it's probably going to come this year, but I mean, still, you got to respect what they have, even though it's not the same as it was last year. You got to respect them a little bit, and they're going to get a win sooner or later. I'm just going to pick it as this one.
No, I definitely respect that. Go ahead, Dobbs.
well, I think here's the thing to your point. The Titans right now are in a really weird situation where they've been so good for so long. But not a lot of people have been talking about this yet. So you know what? We'll be one of the first people to really get it going here. Why not? Tannehill this year, we were kind of like, okay, he's losing. He lost his guy. He's getting older. Things worked out so well for so long, and we knew probably likely the drop off was going to come eventually. So the question is now is like, okay, has that drop off like really starting to happen? And if the drop off really starts to happen, and the Titans aren't playing well, and things are just really hitting fan this year, how soon can we see Malik Willis out there consistently? Because he didn't look fantastic. I mean, obviously, we didn't expect him to. He got thrown into like literally the fire about as much as the fire.
Yeah, that
Bills
sucked.
defense
Yeah,
on the hottest night
that
possible.
sucked.
So it's like we're not gonna. But you know what, man? Hey, like, it's a possibility this season. Right, before the season, did not think I'd be saying this by any means, but now it's like, could we see him by like mid-season, by week 8 or 9? Like, is that a possibility?
I think it's very much a possibility.
So I was actually going to ask, like, if we see Malik Willis like regularly at some point in the season, and something you really have to think about is like, okay, we're talking about Derrick Henry going downhill right now, right? If Tannehill is falling off as well, they also traded AJ Brown. You have 2 old vets who are losing value. They're not as good anymore. And then you have to develop Treylon Burks at receiver. So I don't really, like I said, we were talking about it a little bit briefly before the show. I don't understand the trade of AJ Brown when like that's your talent that's already there and you have aging vets who are not nearly as good.
It seems like AJ Brown was the piece to keep to kind of like hold them over until the next quarterback comes. Malik Willis, he would have helped out Malik Willis a lot. And without AJ Brown, it's like, do they hit a hard rebuild? If they really are that bad?
It felt like they hit the rebuild button, but they just like half-assed it. Like
Yeah.
Derrick Henry's still there,
Yeah.
and Taylor Lewan is old as balls too. Like, if you're really gonna hit the freaking
Saffold is so old too.
yeah, so like
Yeah.
if you're gonna hit the rebuild button, you gotta hit it, and you gotta hit it
So-
hard.
Yeah.
Are we saying it might be very bad for the Titans? Not this year, but like in a year or so?
I mean,
Yeah, I think
the
it's
AFC South is a shit show, so you can compete any year. I mean, look at this.
True,
Look at the
true.
Colts. I mean, like, who's going to come out of there? The Jags?
Right.
well, that's what's crazy. I mean, no, that's the thing is like, I mean, that's a great point. Like, I think the Titans are. Well, hey, look, we'll be one of the first people to. I'll be one of the first people to go outside. I don't see what's the turnaround from this. Tannehill starts playing like MVP. No, like
Yeah,
that's where we have to ask
true.
yourself realistically, what is the turnaround? I guess that's just where I stand on it.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to move on shortly, but just one person, tell us why the Raiders should be optimistic. You know, they can turn things around despite being in a division with the Chiefs and Chargers.
I'd say their D line can turn up the production, and that's where things have been lacking, where you thought that was going to be the strength of the defense. Not at all. Secondary also has been playing really shaky, and I think they have the pieces to turn around. Moberg is having a really poor season, whereas last year he had a really good rookie season. There's a lot of things. Raiders have to get things going. They have a lot of pieces where we thought they were going to be going. They're not. But it's like they just need to get them going, you know?
No, I agree. All right, you guys ready to move on?
Yeah.
Our next game, we have the Packers going down to Tampa. The Bucks are -1. I am going with the Bucks, but I think it'll be very interesting.
I will also go with the Bucks. Just kind of like watching these two teams, it's just kind of like sad shells of themselves. Like Brady can still compete, but it's just like when you watch that Bucks team, it's kind of like, like that hill is going to go down real fast when something hits the fan.
They don't
Look-
look good.
No,
Mhm.
not at all. They don't look fluid. It's like watching a quarterback try to like muscle a pass. There's no finesse on it. It's like they're charging and like pushing every chance they get, and it's just gonna wear them out.
I feel like so I took the Bucks, but it's like the Packers totally have a chance. But here's my thing. It's like you said, both shells of themselves right now. Look, the Bucks have no weapons, but the Packers also literally have like no weapons playing this week because of injury, or likely, like you were saying, everyone who's questionable. And it's just it's the matchup. I didn't even think about it like this. You said it, but it's the matchup of the shells of great teams. That's like, and they can still get back to the best version of themselves by the end of the season. But right now, both of them are just in shambles, kind of in a sense. They're still above average teams by all sense. But right now, we know they could play a lot better. And yeah, it's some of these weird games. But I'm still giving the edge to Brady and his core, I guess, is kind of how I'm looking at this, because I think both defenses will play good.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Bucks too, and I think Hunter made a great point. It feels like Tom is working with a team that isn't up to his standard, obviously, because of how frustrated he's been all year. And the thing is, like, it gives me the first year Bucks vibes when Tom was there. The receivers weren't playing well. You know, a lot of receivers are down. No Evans as well. But the thing is that I think Tom still has a better scheme right now than Aaron Rodgers does, purely because that Rodgers' average depth of target is like at the line of scrimmage. Like, they have no downfield weapon at all. Maybe Julio's going to play for Tom. That's huge. Cole Beasley's coming back. You know, Brashard Perryman, for not the best receiver that he is, can occasionally catch a 40-yard pass. So at least that threat is there, where Rodgers is throwing at the line of scrimmage every play, and you don't really have to fear for anything down the field. And the Bucs defense, they got some good corners. They play really well at the line of scrimmage. They're great at press. They come down hard. Antoine Winfield's playing that slot role. He's going to be in the box. Like, I just don't see any way that the Packers really make any plays.
And why did the Packers dominate against the Bears? They were just running it down our throats.
Mhm.
The Bucs have a good D line, so it's not going to be the same. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So if you take into that account, the Bucs really do shut down the run or, handle it. What are the Packers really going to do?
This was one of my notes. And it's true. Aaron Jones is going to have to really do his thing in the slot, do his thing out of the backfield, and get his mismatch on linebackers and make it count when he does. And then A.J. Dillon's going to have an awesome game, go for 80+. He's going to have to get in the end zone a couple times. And I think that's going to be like the recipe if the Packers were going to pull this out. They need, because they do. They have an elite running back room, but they need him if they're going to win this week.
Mm-hmm.
I actually do think Cole Beasley will help out Brady a lot because I think Brady is missing Godwin so much.
Yeah, it's
he
tough.
loves that little dude that works the intermediate routes.
And he's going to love Cole Beasley.
And yeah, and he just really hasn't
He's a
had
raw
that
artist.
so far. Stop it. So I think if Cole Beasley can help out in that regard, I think they'll be all right.
That was pure cheese.
He's an astronaut, bro.
That made me so damn
I can't,
mad.
bro. It's just funny because that's like the most generic, corny cover art you could go with as like a first-time
No,
artist. Just an
literally.
astronaut floating through some orange space, like head ass.
And the song just sounded like
It was raw as fuck.
it sounded like any other song I would hear.
Song
on
of the year?
fucking
That's why it's raw.
SoundCloud.
Yeah, it might be the single of the year. Dylan's hating.
I'm hating hard. All right. San Francisco is going to Denver, and the 49ers are favored by -1.5. Give me San Fran. Dobbs.
I hadn't made my picks yet before we came on. I really want to say Denver because I want him to just let Russ loose, bro. I think Hackett is just Nagy. It's just another Nagy, bro. And you can being a Bears fan and watching
They're
Nagy.
both bald.
Damn near. But yeah, they're both
Observation,
lame as
Dylan.
fuck. But it's just watching Nagy for 4 years, watching Hackett. It's like, oh my god, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
And it's
there has never been a guy who looks more
and
like
I'm
Nagy
glad-
than him.
I'm glad we didn't give
Cliff.
up. I'm glad we didn't give up draft picks for Russ because that's exactly what it would have looked like here,
Oh my God. Yeah.
if not worse.
Oh, I mean, honestly though, all great points. The Hackett and Nagy thing is spot on. I don't think there's been a guy who looks more like Nagy than Hackett. I'm going to give Cliff his
Although,
credit. Cliff's looked better than
Hackett didn't even have one good year.
No.
At least
Yeah.
Nagy had that. So,
Well,
But that's the thing. No, I mean, that's a great point. though.
Fangio had a great year.
Yeah.
hey, Mitch looked
Yeah, but
decent.
That's not. I don't attribute that to
The defense
Nagy at
helped out
all.
a lot. Yeah. Connor or Dobbs, do you give your pick? No, you didn't.
Because I'm riding with Denver where it's and here's the thing where it's again, it's like you said, I didn't want to have to do this. I didn't think I was going to do this, but it's where they suck so much. Expectations were so high. They got to turn it around, right?
Mhm.
It's like this has got to be the week they got to turn around, right? That's how I'm looking at it. The offense is going to figure it out. Defense, they're doing, it's like they're not really, they're underwhelming, but I think they still have the pieces, and as we know, and they can. I think this is the week where they can really turn things around. And it's a good opportunity. The Niners still are going to be where, yeah, like we said, we know what you're getting with Jimmy G, but what if it's a bad Jimmy G week? We know those exist too, and I think
Right.
this could be. That's just how I'm looking at this game.
I think the Niners are the more talented team, and not only is their team more talented, but their head coach is renowned as a great offensive play caller. And on the other side of the ball for Denver, we've already talked about it. There's just nothing really to like with Hackett. I don't think he's got calling the right plays. The offense doesn't look like it's really put together. I'd rather trust a team that's been doing it successfully for a long time than whatever the hell they got going on in Denver.
So, Connor, how do you envision this game going?
I envision another slow start with Denver, a lot of miscues, a lot of penalties, a lot of not knowing, where the play is designed to go, who's going to be the focal point of this offense. I just don't see them, getting off to a hot start at all. And San Fran can get the hot start like lighting a match. Like, it's that easy for them. So I think San Fran's going to get out early, and they're going to get out by a lot.
I think the biggest thing for the Broncos is if Judy is not going to play, right?
I don't believe so. I think it's where it's he hasn't practiced for however many days.
I
in a
heard
row, and-
I heard he was in pads this week or today, and he wasn't full participation, but he was like catching passes and stuff.
How much of a difference does he make, realistically?
I think a lot because
You
I don't even
think?
know if KJ Hamler is going to be there. Like it's like a
yeah,
drop.
I know
off.
he's like a number 2. I know it's a drop off, but it's just like
I don't think he's.
I
Like
think
that
that
though.
Tim Patrick injury hurt them so much more than they think.
I
no, it's a
agree. Oh
great.
my gosh,
we,
yeah.
we would preach the value of Tim Patrick and like because he catches things that came his way, and it's rare when you have a receiver where they catch about 99% of things that come their way. He just didn't get a ton of opportunities where it came his way, but he made him count, man. So like,
It's just like it's a big difference when you have like a number 1 and a number 2, and then you have a number 1 and like a number 2. You know what I'm saying?
no,
like
yeah, like
when you have that 1-2 punch, you're gonna force that team to play him. You know, it's kind of like the situation. It's not the same, but kind of the situation in Tennessee. Okay, you have Robert Woods off a fucking injury, and then you have Treylon Burks who's a rookie. So it's like you got a 1 and 2, but it's like it's a 1 and a 2.
Yeah,
And that's how I
no,
feel.
I definitely
about
know what you mean.
Cortland Sutton and Jerry Judy.
I don't
What's-
really think Judy's that good.
Minus the
do
one
I.
explosive play. That's the thing is we know the explosive play where he broke the tackle. And that was an awesome play. Shows us it shows us his ceiling and what he can do. But it's like, how often has he shown us that? And that's like,
He drops a lot of passes still.
Yeah.
yeah, and that's
Um,
the thing. Like,
I think Jimmy G is going to have a very good year. I think there are going to be games like he just doesn't come out and look that good. But hey, man, he was looking like he wasn't going to be a starting quarterback. I think he got it back, and I think he's going to not take it for granted.
I'll just say this is the opportunity. He knows that. Like,
Yeah,
he definitely knows that.
yeah.
It's gonna be so lame, but like there's gonna be so many people on the internet that are like, I told you Jimmy G was the right
Oh,
answer over Trey. It's like,
there's
bro,
already
that's a kid
Oh,
who
that-
like
yeah, that's a
his
thing.
ankle got turned sideways on national television. Like that's fucked up. But that's all you're going to see if Jimmy G takes them far.
I think
And
it's
we
already
know
happened.
it's so possible
Yeah,
in the
it
weak
is.
NFC. That's the thing in the weak NFC. Oh, it's almost likely. Dan, we look at the Niners in high regard. If you listen, you know the Niners are going to be a good team. So and it's like it's likely they're going to make it past a round in the playoffs, and who knows what could happen there. It's likely they make the playoffs.
knows?
It's all likely.
Niners are kind of like just a little bit more successful Packers. They always just make it far and then never win it.
Kind of, yeah. Right now, yeah, 100%.
pretty
Packers and
sad.
Niners catching a stray when they thought we were leading them up to
No,
like an
the
uppercut.
Packers could catch direct bullets. Fuck them. Not in that way, but
Damn.
Yeah,
No.
not in a subjective way.
yeah.
They can catch subjective bullets.
All right. Anything else on this game?
No, not for me.
Nope. Well,
I think just Hackett is Nagy.
Yeah.
If you want to take away one thing from this,
I was wrong about Javonte. I'll say it. I don't care.
What
in a
would you
good way or a
say?
bad way.
I just did not think he was that guy, and after watching him, he is that guy.
He's that guy. He just doesn't get the opportunity.
Yeah, no, he's almost like everyone except the guy who gives him his touches knows that. Isn't that
yeah,
weird?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that wraps us up.
Oh, Hackett.
That's the whole game. That's all of them.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we have
Oh, no.
questions.
Oh, yeah, that is it. Yeah.
Wait, is that all the games?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Well,
it.
we have 2 questions. So the first one's from Jake Emmerich. Hold up, let me pull it up.
This one is a tough one.
Yeah. So he said, what players would go top 5 in fantasy if there was a draft today? I would say there's a lot of people that would reach and grab Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Top 5 though.
Yeah, I'm gassing it, but you always know there are those like homer picks.
Yeah, true. I would comfortably say, given how the running backs have performed through 2 weeks, if we're basing it off of that, I'm going Cup 1, Jettas 2. I'll probably still take JT at like 3.
Yeah.
Then give me Jamar Chase.
Yep.
And then 5.
Saquon.
Diggs? Like, I don't know.
Diggs
Like,
would
the
be
receivers
raw.
have been spazzing.
I would take Diggs is so reliably gonna put up 20 to 30 every week that
Okay.
like it's
Let me flip it.
Too
I think
easy.
I would take Diggs at 4 and then Jamar at 5.
Yeah.
So
I think
4
taking
wide
receivers-
receivers and 1 running
Yeah.
back.
the receivers are it.
So is this dynasty or just for like this? season?
Let's go redraft.
Yeah, let's do redraft. That's what most people play.
So okay, I would say looking at, and I'm combining this with the knowledge of Ivory in front. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm looking at who has already scored the most this year, but combined with the future and all that. So I'd say you gotta be going Lamar and Josh Allen, right? Like
Yeah.
Josh Allen and Lamar, I think are going.
I think
one of
we're.
those top
Are we
5.
going like 1 through 5?
I don't know. I mean, he just said go top 5. I don't think you
I'm
have
just
to
kind
name
of giving it in a random order.
because
Okay.
not everyone's gonna be.
This is
picking
just
one,
who would be
you
the
know?
in my opinion.
I don't think so. Not dynasty though. Like
No,
you're only
redraft,
you're only
yeah.
doing it for this year. Yeah.
And then, like you said, Stefan's got to be in there.
Mhm.
And then also, I think Tyreek's definitely got to be in there. And then
Oh.
Cooper Kupp's got to be the
Oh
other guy,
my
right?
God.
That'd be my 5 right now. I think that's just off of future expected production, kind of combine all that. That's who I'm going to go with.
I got Jettas and Tyreek.
Cha-ching.
Me too.
Raw
Yeah, kinda
guy
does too.
at the end of the table.
And Nestor's over here.
Connor, did you give yours?
My what? Oh,
His top
Top
five?
five.
Yeah.
I would say. Honestly, I might just take like 5 receivers.
Not a bad choice.
I
I threw
probably-
JT in there because I still think he's going to be good.
I think
but
that's fair.
the receivers have been the move so far.
I think Saquon probably should have been a first round pick.
Yeah.
I think Saquon, and if just to give the running backs a little bit of love, DeAndre Swift.
Yeah.
Raw guy.
People
yeah.
were right about
Restore
him.
the roar.
Restore the
I was
roar.
thinking about it. I would have been fine taking Swift at like 5 in our league. I don't
It's-
think it would have been a bad pick.
It's just the big play potential, and that's what you're always chasing. Like, even though I think Nick Chubb got really hated on during this whole fantasy
did
process,
too,
but
yeah.
like, you know that he can break a run for 80 yards, and it's just like almost every game. it
I'm
feels
so
like.
happy he
Literally.
threw that game.
And can I use this as an opportunity to say, if you were watching, you were wondering why me and Hunter were just cheesing, confused, looking at the computer. It's actually because Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense has scored more points than DeAndre Swift this year in fantasy. So, because
Wow.
because they're 17th overall in points scored. So that's just why I'm like, whoa. And the Buffalo Bills are sitting right there at 20.
I'm on ass with Dylan today, so I have to ask him a question.
No.
Where would you take Kyle Pitts if you were to redraft this year?
6th round.
Okay. You don't think he's getting taken before?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. We have one more question. Oh, wait, I can't even do it.
I know. It defeats the
Okay.
purpose.
I'm gonna what the hell? I
Well,
am
see, that's the
plugged in.
thing.
My bad.
This is
um
let me be clear. This is I was not in PPR. That's where I capped. If I was in
Oh.
PPR, I don't. But the defense is getting points, man.
okay, so I'm gonna read this anyway because Tyler can answer it another time. Grant Erickson asks, when Miami wins outright this weekend, I want Tyler to publicly apologize to me, Tua, and the whole city of Miami.
He
now,
does.
personally, I'm just gonna pretend I'm Tyler here. If I hated on Tua and the Dolphins all year, I would gladly accept this, and I would offer him a counter challenge or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Because if you truly believe the Dolphins are not that, easy dub.
Easy dub. Yeah, I mean, he's got to put his money where his mouth is.
I say we just clip this and then post it and send in the chat, and then just see his reaction.
No, we need to, because that's the thing is, well, Tyler seems to he's not on the Tua train. He's not ready to ride with the Dolphins like we are yet. But we're ready to. We were on the train. I think about a season.
Always been on the train.
We were like season and a half. Yeah, we've been on that. I had like one hand out of the train. I was ready to bail if I needed to. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But this, yeah, we're chilling, man. McDaniel was the final piece.
I was never exactly like a Tua believer or anything. So I guess I can apologize too. I did not think Tua was going to be like that good, but this is where I'll have one foot on the train, one foot off. I was a McDaniel guy, so you guys have to give me that.
So we were
Yeah.
all ready at one point for different reasons, just to like bail off the train.
I love McDaniel, but I didn't know if Tua was going to be like. But I did say if he can hit like 2 or 3 deep balls a game, that's all he needs to do.
Yeah, I mean, I was a hater. I saw the light like the preseason, like the last preseason game, like the week before the season started. I think I talked to Connor. I was like, I see it.
Yeah, you did.
I
I
get
remember
it
you coming
now.
up to me and be like, I kind of like them.
I get it now. And weirdly enough, when I saw them flip the video of Tua's throwing,
He doesn't look that
it
bad.
looks good. He looks like he
wait.
flicks it.
So wait, is it like some bias? Some
It's got to
left-handed
be a lefty
bias?
thing.
I mean, that's
It
part
looks
of the
ugly.
That's part of the Tua apology for him is that I didn't think lefties could be good in the NFL,
You know what?
but hey,
Who
they
was the
are.
last good lefty?
Mike Vick.
Yeah, Vick, and
Yeah.
then fucking Steve Young.
Yeah,
Why
so-
did everyone hate Tua? It's people hate Tua because he's a lefty.
I had a
I think
huge
that is
point I
a-
wanted to make.
Sure.
Like just because this like real quick, I'm gonna forget if I don't throw it in because we haven't given his credit, and not enough people have, man. Not enough people have, and I might be pronouncing his name wrong. I'm confident I'm pronouncing it close to correct though. Kader Kahodo, who's popped in for
What?
Oh yeah, you're
for
right.
Byron Jones, his
Mhm.
replacement these first couple games, highest graded corner in the league, and the Dolphins, dude. Dolphins defense is playing at a higher level than we. I mean, there's bounces and where we're like, what's But hey, look, the Dolphins look good, and he looks like a great corner, and he was an undrafted free agent this year. Very interesting story
Yeah.
over there. Just worth keeping track of.
Is
It's
Xavier
actually
Howard
kinda
playing
crazy.
this week?
He hasn't been playing that
Let me
good this
see.
season. Like but I think he'll bounce back. X has a bad game and then he'll bounce. I think he's gonna bounce back. I'm not too worried about Xavier Howard yet.
They said he had a groin injury, so I didn't know if that meant he was out or.
You know, why don't I check while
No,
I'm
he was
right?
practicing.
He's questionable.
Yeah, I think he's gonna play. Is that it then?
Can I end it with like a random question? Just because I just thought of it.
Yeah.
I feel like this has definitely been done before, and I'm definitely biting, but I cannot like place it. If like teams were their actual mascots, like everyone on the field was like a dolphin, who was taking home the chip? It's got to be the Jets.
Because they're all airplanes, or
Yeah, they can fly and shit.
Yeah, I guess that's a pretty.
And are fast as fuck.
I don't know.
Let me look at all the helmets.
I'm
here.
gonna take the
Oh, yeah.
Bears because you're not fitting 11 Jets on a football field. So I'm gonna
The
say
Bears
the
are
Bears.
such a good one.
Okay, but like the Raiders,
Bro.
we kind
No,
of scary.
hold on. No, I'm taking
Yeah,
a
that's
look.
a good point. Vikings, kind of nice.
Bengals would be fire.
What are the Browns? The elf?
Or the dogs.
Dude, are you sure?
Oh,
Are you sure?
Actually, the fucking Chargers would be scary. Imagine you're just like running to tackle and like you're just gonna get electrocuted.
Are you sure it's not the Texans? Just a bunch of people from
Yeah,
Texas.
that
on
would
the field?
actually be very scary.
That'd be terrifying. Nah, I think I'm going with the Bears.
Bro, you're telling me
Bears can run 35 miles an hour. They're big as fuck.
the Lions?
Oh,
Lions are
fire.
kind of
True.
alternate
No,
universe.
wait a
Lions are
minute.
the best team in the
No,
league
we're
forever.
capping. Oh my
What?
god, we're capping. Probably the Giants.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
point.
wow.
that's kind of
Probably like they just gotta kind of just like take 3 steps down the field and like touchdown.
Yeah, that's
Cardinals are real fucked. I
Pretty
can't
hard
lie.
to play offense against the Giants.
yeah, they are.
Cardinals
Giants
are fucked.
versus Jets. The New York matchup would be
Whoa,
insane.
That's crazy.
That would
That's
be
a
like King
great
Kong.
It'd
I was
literally be
just
King
thinking about
Kong.
that.
So
Let's
can we
make it
please
happen.
Photoshop the giant, like a Giants logo on King Kong, and then he's got the.
We
the
just have to
jet as
find
well.
real life Giants, and then this will be totally possible to make.
When
this
do the
matchup
Jets
happen.
and the Giants play? Because that's a pretty cool Photoshop.
I don't think they do.
That would be funny. We're just Photoshop.
There's
All right,
gotta be
this is
anything.
getting bullshit. My bad.
Yeah, no.
No, that was hysterical though.
But yeah, that was the pod, guys.
You don't know ball.
That wraps us up.
Let's go.